Hey yo, E-King Fight News. Triple G Gennady Golovkin. Apparently, you're looking at the front runner to face Triple G on May 5th. Because it won't be Canelo. It just might be Gary Spike Osullivan. What? E-King Fight News. Alright, that's right. It just might be Gary Osullivan, Spike Osullivan, who gets a crack at Triple G Gennady Golovkin. Man, if I remember correctly, Triple G already did that Eurobum tour when he went after Matthew Macklin, Martin Murray's, and that other dude. There's another guy in there. Oh. Excuse my dog out here. Hey! Quiet! Hey! Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so Spike Osullivan apparently is the leading candidate according to Tom Loeffler. This is mentioned in an article published by Boxing Scene. Shout out to Steve Kim. According to Tom Loeffler, Gennady wanted to fight, and it's his job to make sure it happens. So that's what they're looking for right now. There's a lot of moving parts. Triple G and Canelo is the biggest fight in boxing. Not really, but Triple G defending all his titles is also a very big event. You could say it's a big event. So that's what we're doing, and we're organizing that other side right now. The problem is, there's no other event for Triple G bigger than a Canelo Alvarez fight. Point blank, period. No one is doing the same numbers with Triple G that Canelo would. So how do you go from Canelo Alvarez to Gary Osullivan? Out of the UK, I mean, I remember this dude knocking somebody out on an undercard, man. Is this the guy that gets a shot at Triple G Gennady Golovkin, the unified middleweight champion? I know it's a late notice, but I mean, Triple G's been training for the past few days. I don't expect him to really. Triple G comes out, does the same shit every fight. It's not like he's out here, going deep on fighting styles and how he's gonna, combat Canelo style. Like, really? He put in a good effort in the first fight. Of course, there's adjustments that need to be made, but for Gennady Golovkin's perspective, he should be fighting an opponent that's going to drum up interest so people can buy a pay-per-view. He should not be in a mismatched fight that no one's going to buy. Remember what happened with David Lemieux, and that wasn't even a mismatch. Although, maybe it was. Right? It wasn't competitive at all. It was a one-sided fight that did shit on pay-per-view. It did jack shit on pay-per-view. That's probably the worst pay-per-view damn near last 5 years in boxing. Flat out. You're talking about HBO, Showtime pay-per-view. Those are the worst numbers I've ever seen in the last 5 years. Straight up and down. So what makes me think that, HBO, they've really gone all in on Gennady Golovkin. Like, you want to pick one guy that their hype train just really pushed. I mean, I was just thinking about it earlier today. If there was never an interest in Gennady Golovkin from HBO, I'm not sure if we'd even know who Gennady Golovkin is. I mean, shit, he was former gold medalist, and I've never heard about this guy until I found out he beat Lucian Bute in the amateurs. He knocked him out, and he also beat Andre Durrell in the amateurs. That was his claim to fame. So, up until his rise to the top, you know, Gennady Golovkin has been dwelling in basically hardcore boxing fan forums. Like, that's who Gennady Golovkin was. So, he's definitely come a long way, but can he headline a pay-per-view against Spike Osullivan? Get the fuck out of here. No one wants to see that shit. I'll tell you right now, no one wants to see that shit. Tom Loeffler needs to... Man, what the fuck is Tom Loeffler doing? Spike Osullivan? And this is what Steve Kim said. Spike Osullivan is said to be the leader to land the assignment. Loeffler, who now has to put together the undercard, says we're working on details, but it looks like it will stay pay-per-view. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to do, because if I were Triple G, am I in a rush to move up in weight and go after a super middleweight title against Gilberto Ramirez after the performance he put on just recently? I mean, Ramirez looks like the real deal, and maybe Golovkin wasn't even thinking about that kind of work. You know, that Canelo work. Maybe that's light work. Maybe, just maybe that, or maybe that would be, that's already enough for Gennady Golovkin, let alone moving up to super middleweight. It seems like that wasn't even an option. And man, Bob Arum, sneaky old Bob Arum, want to throw his fighter in there, just like every other fighter putting their name in the hat. I mean, this has turned into a bit of a sweepstakes here, and it's Spike Osullivan that could be the front runner. This is, you know, it's disappointing to say the least. Because, I mean, yeah, Canelo Triple G, it probably would have been a better fight. Like, something I think we would look back at and remember for the better. But in this scenario, Canelo pulling out, I think it's such a shame that we lost that fight, and now it's back to boxing at its bullshit. You know, that's just back to the bullshit. Tom Loeffler, K2, another Eurobum brought in to get knocked out by Triple G on what? A pay-per-view with what undercard? You know, he still has to fucking put together an undercard. And you know, he should have been working on that shit months ago. But the word is Chocolatito. Chocolatito might be on that undercard against, who knows? You know, it's a comeback fight for him. He's coming off Sorong Basai, knockout, destruction. Don't even try and try and say Sorong Basai's real name. That shit, Wong Kank. I have no idea. Man, that's quite the name. But anyways, E-King Fight News. Gennady Golovkin versus Spike Osullivan could be next. It's very unfortunate. E-King Fight News. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel.